Our goal for this project or our learning target is I can draw a human figure with realistic proportions. I am first going to start by using a tool, my ruler, to make a mark. Just watch first. At the top of my ruler, at the 0 mark, and I'm actually going to mark every inch, 1 inch, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 inches. Just wait and watch. I'm going to mark 7 inches, and then in each section, I'm going to get practice drawing an oval, which would be the size or proportion of the head. And if you struggle with drawing ovals, here is the tip. Move your pencil in an oval shape above your paper. Once you get in the groove, then lower your pencil and draw multiple lines. Then you can darken the best shape or line that you like best. Your feet are going to be down here. The top of your head, actually, your head is going to be right here. This oval, you're going to move over and draw a head. I'm going to count my ovals down to my 4th oval. 1, 2, 3, 4. In the center of my 4th oval, I'm just going to draw a line across. You can do that too. 1, 2, 3, 4. All that will be on the bottom half is all legs. The top half is your head and what is called your torso. That's what holds your organs in, your rib cage, your chest, and then everything below is going to be your legs. I just drew a line in the center at the 4th oval down. The next step is that we are going to fill in the neck and the torso. My challenge for you is we're going to move a little bit beyond just boxes and rectangles and circles. Instead of drawing a rectangle neck, I'm going to actually curve slightly like that on the sides of my rectangle. And then my torso is going to, I could start out with a rectangle, but generally your shoulders and rib cage are wider, especially in men. Their shoulders are a lot broader is what it's called. And they go past the head. And then I'm going to angle in a little bit. Women generally have a little bit wider hips, but we'll just come down at the waist. You can come straight down. So it's not quite a rectangle. We're adding a little bit to make it look a little bit more natural and realistic. I know many of you might be thinking, oh, the legs are going to be way too long. You have to trust me. And maybe you'll do some studying and drawing of people that you actually look at to draw. You'll see that the legs really do take up half of your body. So you can draw this torso here, and my hips are going to kind of be right here. I can draw an oval to represent that. My next step is going to be my legs. Some of you might think, the legs are way too long. That does not look right. Trust me. Watch first. I'm going to start with my hips by drawing 2 joints. This is my ball. These are my ball and socket joints for my hip bones in my hips, because you can move your legs at the hip. That's how you sit down and stick your legs out in front of you. I'm going to draw 2 circles here. And then instead of drawing rectangles, I'm actually going to draw long ovals down to about between the 5 and 6 ovals. I'm going to draw 2. So this is just the top of my legs. This is called my femur. Your femur is the largest bone in your body. It holds, it's the longest bone. And then my kneecap, I'm going to draw that as a circle right at the tip. Now I'm going to draw another long oval that will be my calf, my lower leg. That is your tibia and fibula. Those are your 2 bones at the bottom. Notice I have my legs a little bent just to make it look more natural. But you could have it drawn in any position. But we're just going to draw it standing, of our person standing normally for now.
It looks like he's sitting.
Maybe.
It's 3D. It's 3D.
And now for my feet. Now I'm going to draw a triangle shape. Watch this. I'm going to take my geometric shapes and I'm going to add a curve to round out the toes. And I'm going to add an arch and a curve to make the heel. Depending on how big you draw it, it could be a foot, it could be a shoe. It all just takes practice. And I'm going to add that curve to make the ankle a little bit thicker. A lot of practice. I've been practicing longer than you've been alive, my dear. Now for the arms. The arms are going to be very similar to the legs in that there are 2 parts that can move, 2 bones that you can't bend, your upper arm and your forearm. And you also have a ball and socket joint. That's how you can move your shoulder all around. Your hip, you can move around pretty well too. I'm going to draw a circle to represent my joint at my shoulder. And then I'm going to draw the 2 segments with the elbow in between. And, oh, here's another thing. Believe it or not, your hand, this person's hand is going to come all the way down to about the top of the 5, right in between, in the middle of the femur. If you don't believe me, look at how long my arms come down. Here's my hip, here's my knee, it's in between. And if you poke yourself right there, you'll know
There's a bone.
it is right about in the center. If yours is farther, you're kind of stretching your shoulders down. But yes, your arms are not just right at your hips. So watch this. Long. Actually, you can notice if you push your elbows in at your side, your elbows probably are right at your hip. So that's why here.
Yeah, they are. They actually are.
At the bottom of the 3rd oval, I'm going to add my elbow joint. And you can follow along. And then my forearm is going to come all the way to my thigh. My hand is going to be an oval and my thumb is going to be toward my leg. Maybe I need to make my hands a little bigger. The last step. Now, we're not going to focus too much on specific details in our figure because our goal is to get the correct proportions. Now, my last step is going to be smoothing out the parts of the body so that it doesn't look quite so mechanical or robotic. So what I'm going to do, and I'm going to leave what I have drawn, but I'm just going to go over it and darken my outline and watch how I'm just skimming over it and smoothing out kind of like a layer of skin over my person. So I'm kind of making it smooth. The elbow comes out. If you have a person with big biceps, you can make that bigger. But think about what parts of the body are bigger. Your upper arm is thicker than your forearm, so make sure your forearm gets smaller as you go down. This is important to watch, you guys. For the legs, your kneecap can stick out a little bit. And then the front of your leg comes down. My foot is good. Now my calf is gonna come out a little bit and then go in behind my knee. And now I'm gonna come up and I'm just gonna make a triangle shape at the bottom of the pelvis. Then it won't look quite so odd, like this person's wearing pants probably. Come out for the calf muscle, go back in. There's my foot, oops. I'm gonna have my knee, I'm gonna make my knee sticking out a little bit more. This is called a silhouette when it's just a dark figure and you can just see the outline. And there you have a human figure with more accurate proportions.